In East Ayrshire lies the lovely village of Muirkirk. The name of the village comes from the kirk, or church, on the muir, or moorland. In the village, you will find the Muirkirk Parish Church, which I have the privilege of serving as local minister. There are many stories I could tell you about the church and the surrounding community, and indeed I hope to tell some of them in the near future. But today, I want to tell you about a local legend. Behind the church, you will find a graveyard, with many gravestones worth noting, from poets who knew and associated with Robbie Burns, such as Tibby Pagan, to several Coventry martyrs and memorials, a group that I hope to cover in future videos. In fact, I would imagine that many of my future videos will be about the Covenanters who stood so nobly for their faith and who were involved in the mighty work of God throughout the area. So please stay tuned for those. Today, though, I want to talk about something a little bit different. And as I said, it is a local legend. In about the middle of the graveyard, you will find this curious gravestone. It is known as the Wildcat Stone. It is now rather worn and faded, unfortunately, but the carved image is of two children with the head of a cat in the middle. There is a nearby plaque which states that the gravestone was set up in 1755 by the local townspeople. It goes on to explain that according to the folklore, on a freezing winter morning, by the light of a full moon, two young children were savaged by Scottish wildcats on their way to Muirkirk School. It is believed that their screams were heard by a local farmer, who ran to their assistance, but was too late to save them from their terrible fate. Now, while probably every part of Scotland has a legend of some wild beastie, perhaps we should not be too hasty to dismiss them. While we may not know what took place here, it is true that though they are becoming rarer, there are in fact wildcats in Scotland. If any fancy a trip to a lovely little village and want to have a wee look at the stones, then come on over to the church. Hopefully, as I said in future videos, I will show more of both the church and the village of Muirkirk.